I lost my mum on Tuesday to COVID-19, and my dad is currently in hospital fighting the same symptoms. So it's been a tough week of thoughts, to be quite honest. I'd like to extend
and the rest
to all of the NHS staff, obviously, that are looking after my dad and obviously looking after all of the people all over the country and the world, really, which is quite important.
Of course.
I'd like to extend some personal thank yous. Sorry, I don't know why I'm going to stop. I'd like to...
Listen, I've got two things. Hang on. First of all, take all the time you want, okay? I mean it, seriously. If we need to talk to you for 40 minutes, then we will. We'll keep you here right until Sheila gets here. And number two, do not say, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, after you lost your mum on Tuesday and your dad is currently in hospital being treated for the same symptoms. You're among friends and there's nothing but love in this room, and you must take every minute that you need to say what it is you want to say, Kat, all right?
Thank you. I'd like to thank first my boyfriend, Andy, and my daughter, Maya. They've obviously been my rock over the last week. I have to take my brother because he is also dealing with the same situation. My mother-in-law, who is obviously a vulnerable person as well, prior, we were self-isolating beforehand because I'm asthmatic. So we basically kept ourselves to ourselves, and we kind of moved back from everyone. But my mother-in-law decided to come and bring all the shopping and everything to us. So I want to thank Carol for doing that to us. For us. Even though she was putting herself in jeopardy. I want to thank all my neighbours and the people that have surrounded around me. I've been so inundated with love and support from all of my personal friends. I'm an influencer on social media. There's a lot of people that have contacted me, reached out to me, that have offered their, prayers, thoughts, and they've surrounded me with love and support. So I'm very, very grateful. I'd like to thank the people that continue to work, all of the key workers, people that we're forgetting, people like the registrar who registered my mum's death. She came into work that day and put herself into harm's way, and we're kind of forgetting those people. So even down to people coming and dropping like cakes on my doorstep and flowers. I'm so grateful for all of the love. It's tough. It is really tough.
Yes, it must be. It must be.
There's a lot of appreciation.
What's the latest? What's the latest with your dad, Kat?
He's stable. Obviously, during the weekend, it was tough. He's been swabbed for COVID. We haven't had his results back yet, so it's a high possibility that he's got the same thing. My dad has COPD, so that's why he's in hospital. It's quite hard, James, because actually, my mum is not a well woman. She's not been well since 2012. She went in with pneumonia and went into a medically induced coma, and we kind of prepared to lose her back in 2012. So when she recovered as a result of that, I've been very grateful over the last 8 years to have my mum, and I put up like a dedication on Mother's Day because I couldn't be with her because she's in such a high-risk situation. I haven't seen my mum since the beginning of March, and I didn't see her before she passed. My mum is heavily Catholic, so my mum didn't have her last rites. My mum died in a hospital surrounded by hospital staff and not her family, and that would be the worst thing my mum could ever want. And obviously, because of social distancing, I can't give my mum the funeral that she deserves because there can only be 10 people by her for her cremation. So it's just a really, I understand it, but it's so hard right now. And
of course it is.
Of course it is.
You can do a send off that isn't the funeral, can't you? At a later date when things have calmed down, and you can throw her the mother of all farewells. And can I say one thing as well, because I mean grief affects everybody in different ways, but the one thing that comforted me most when I lost my dad was the simple knowledge that he could have been in no doubt whatsoever about how much we loved him. And I sense your mum would be the same, even if you weren't there to hold her and to talk to her and to comfort her. She could have been in no doubt, Kat, about how much love there was for her in your family, and I think that might come to comfort you in the coming weeks. I hope it does.
It does. I hope it. Well, hearing it does. Thank you. I did. I wanted to update all of the people that have said, given their loves and everything, and so I used my social media tools to do that. So I did a YouTube video, which I've asked people to share, and in that video, towards the end of it, I ended up breaking down in tears, and I sort of said to people, like, take it seriously, like. It doesn't, people don't, they shrug it off until it's someone that they know or someone they can relate to. So I've kind of used that and asked people to, like, stay at home. It's so important, take it seriously. And it's gained a lot of traction, the video. It'd be good if it could be shared further and wider. But
well, I'll tell you send it to me and I'll give it, you send it to me now and I'll give it a bit of a boost, I promise you. But you're right, it is impossible to predict what will bring things closer to home. But I think seeing... and indeed hearing that the pain that somebody like you is in does remind us that, there but for the grace of God, as your mum might have said. Yeah.
It's crazy. My mum was heavily Catholic, so thank you. That does
I know you mentioned it. All right, Kat, you take care and send the clip over to me, and I'll do what I can with it. Thank you ever so much, and I'm so sorry for your loss.